Hi, hello students. Let's start our new session regarding the preparation. We are discussing about the surface chemistry. Only surface chemistry, we are going to discuss about the methods of preparation of colloidal solutions only. Methods of preparation of colloidal solutions only. Up to we discuss about the colloidal solution, types of the colloidal solutions only. Do you know very well colloidal solutions are nothing but a heterogeneous mixture of two or more substances. Here dispersion phase, dispersion medium will be there. We are discussing this one. Colloidal solutions are two types is there. Based on the interaction between the dispersion phase and dispersion medium, colloidal solutions are classified into two types. One is then lyophilic colloidal solution, lyeophobic colloidal solution. Lyophilic means liquid loving colloidal solutions only. They can easily prepare. Easily prepare. What they mentioned, lyophilic colloidal solution are found by the by the contact with the dispersion phase and dispersion medium. Initially what we are taking, dispersion phase, dispersion medium we are taking, and then we are heating the solution. When you heat the solution, what happens there, easily they form a colloidal solution. Easily they can form a colloidal solution. For example, is then only heating with water is enough for preparation of the starch solution. Starch colloidal solution I want to prepare now. I will take starch solution. When I add to the water, when I boil the water, you will get the colloidal solution. You can also practice this one in home. Take small amount of the dalda, not dalda, some powder, some starch powder, and then we'll dissolve in the water. We'll form the colloidal solution. Next, preparation of gelatin also. You can take gelatin when you place in the water and remove lyophilic solutions only. On heating the solution, it also forms the colloidal solutions only. Clear. Gum also, gum and Arabic rubber. Just remember, gum also you can prepare by using of the. One point I want to say very clearly: lyophilic means no dispersion phase, dispersion medium. They have interactions are there. If the solution is heated, they behave like colloidal solution. They form colloidal solution. But it is not easy for the preparation of the lyeophobic colloidal solution. Sorry, if you want to prepare the lyeophobic colloidal solution, is very difficult. So there is no generally why they are very difficult means here that there is no interaction between the dispersion phase, dispersion medium only. They are unstable. Lyophilic colloidal solutions already discussed. These are reversible colloidal solutions. You can also prepare the dispersion phase, dispersion medium. Again, you can prepare. But once you prepare the lyeophobic colloidal solutions, they never return back to the original state only. So there are some special methods are required for the preparation of these colloidal solutions only. That special methods are, there are the number of special methods are used for preparation of the lyeophobic salts, solid and liquid only, which is the can be broadly divided into the four categories only. There are four categories are there. That one four categories are, first one is chemical method. Look at the just consider the methods are generally the preparation of lyeophobic colloidal solutions are there. Dispersion method, condensation method will be there. Dispersion method and condensation method is there. Okay, in this one dispersion method is then here. What dispersion method? In dispersion method, the bigger particle of any substances, break into the smaller particle of the colloidal size. The smaller particle that's obtained by the stabilizing, adding some stabilizing electrolyte. What they are saying means, so suppose if I take the one colloidal solution, means range is 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer. Just imagine here. Suppose if you look at it, I'm taking the bigger size molecule. When I apply some other method, physical method, I want bigger molecule in the range of the colloidal size by using some other method. Okay, that's called dispersion method. What is dispersion method is there here? The method is there. Mechanical dispersion method is there. Electrical dispersion method, bridge arc method is very important one is ultrafiltration method, ultrasonic dispersion method, peptidation method only. Okay, mechanical dispersion method, electric dispersion method, ultrasonic dispersion method, peptidation method. Before I am going to discuss about this all this physical method, first I want to explain about the method with the chemical methods of preparation of the colloidal solutions only. Chemical methods of preparation of the colloidal solution. The colloidal solution can be prepared by the four methods: the oxidation method, reduction method, hydrolysis method, double decomposition method only. First of all, we'll discuss about the oxidation method. What is the oxidation method means? Suppose I'm taking hydro H2S gas. Sulfur sulfur in the water, they form a colloidal solutions only. Sulfur dissolved in the water, it forms colloidal solution only. H2S gas is there. When I add oxidizing agent, look at this, I'm just adding the sulfur dioxide. When I add sulfur dioxide, these two oxygens are replaced with four hydrogens only. They form a water molecule and they leave as a sulfur. This dissolved sulfur make a colloidal solution. That's what they call as a oxidation method. That's what it's called as a oxidation method. Second method is reduction method. What is reduction method? Look at this, they'll take the gold AuCl3 will take, they will add small amount of the tin chloride. If you add tin chloride, what happens there? Here stannous plus 2. It takes two chlorine atoms. What happens? They gives gold. This gold can make the colloidal solutions. Clear? This gold can make the colloidal solutions only. Next one is hydrolysis method. What is hydrolysis method? This is very important. We are going to discuss in our practical also. We are going to do practical. Say if you take ferric chloride, here not H2S, here take water. When you add ferric chloride, up in they form ferric hydroxide. Ferric hydroxide plus HCl. Okay, this ferric hydroxide act as a colloidal solution. This ferric hydroxide act as a colloidal solution. Next one is fourth one is a double decomposition method only. What double decomposition method means? You take the arsenic trioxide. Arsenic trioxide, take the arsenic trioxide. When you pass H2S gas out of in the arsenic, here the hydroxide will form. This arsenic hydroxide act as a colloidal solution. In this process, there now both these two are under decomposition law. Together, both properties will be changes only. That's what they call as here the double decomposition reactions only. The salts of inorganic insoluble salts such as arsenic sulfide and silver halide, it is may be prepared by using of the double decomposition method. Okay, now for example, arsenic sulfide salts can be prepared by the passing of H2S gas through solutions only. What are the methods are there? Remember, you are preparing the salts only. Let's come to the preparation method by physical methods only. Mechanical dispersion method is there. No? In this mechanical dispersion method is there. No? Let's look at the mechanical dispersion method. In this method, larger particles of the materials whose salts to be prepared. I'm taking big molecule. I want to make small molecule, big lump to small lump only in the range of the colloidal solution. Generally, colloidal mills consist of the two heavy steel discs are there. No, there will be little gap will be there. So what happens? Just imagine, you see a diagram will get clarity here. Look at there, they will place the materials here and they will rotate here. They will automatically the rotation happen to make small size of the colloidal range only. Small size of the colloidal range only. Okay, next one is the mechanical dispersion method. This finally dispersion can be obtained by the adding of the inert diluted, which can prevent the colloidal particles grow in size only. Okay, this method is generally not there in our syllabus. This is very important for your syllabus only. Okay, electrical dispersion method, Briggs arc method. In this method, what they are taken off, initially they will take that this method used for the preparation of the colloidal solution, metal colloidal solutions only. Either the gold, silver, platinum like material colloidal solution I want to prepare. So when I go for the Briggs arc method only. What they are doing in this method is, in this method, two electrodes of metals whose salts can be prepared, immersed into the dispersion medium only, and electrical arc produced by passing of high voltage only. So if you say, will you get a diagram, will get clarity only. Just imagine students that this is that method of the Briggs arc method. Here nothing but coolant will be there. Coolant nothing but ice bath they will take here, and they will take the one beaker is there. Look at the beaker is there. In the beaker they will place the colloidal solutions only, and they will place the two electrodes are there placed. One is a positive electrode, one is negative electrode. When they pass electricity, what happens there? By passing of electricity, here arc is generated. Like this arc is generated. Because of this arc, what happens there? Water becomes vaporized. When our water becomes vaporized, along with water, small amount of colloidal particles are under vaporized and condensation. When it happens, the process what happens there? Small size of gold particles become in the range of the colloidal size particles. That's called Briggs arc method. Once again, I'm saying here that this is ice bath will be there, and here the colloidal solution will take. They will take colloidal solution. Here the gold particles are there, small size, not in the range of the colloidal particles. When you pass electricity, here what happens? They will generate arc generated. This arc produce the temperature. Because of the temperature, the gold particles in the dispersion medium, they will become the vaporized. They come in the range of the colloidal particle. They are come in the range of the colloidal particle. In this method, two electrode metals whose salts can be prepared in immersed in a solution, dispersion medium only. Clear is an electrical high voltage they pass through the electrodes only. The dispersion medium is cooled by the surrounding it with a freezing mixture. I already discussed about freezing mixture only. Look at here in this diagram I already mentioned here freezing mixture is there. Here freezing mixture is there, which makes cool the solution only. Due to this heat produced from the electrical arc, the metal starts vaporizes and vapor condenses into the dispersion medium. Okay, condense into colloidal solutions only. Clear is there na? They'll come to the range of colloidal solution. By this method, you can prepare the gold salt, silver salt, platinum salt also. Okay, look at this diagram very clearly. This is a Briggs arc method. Briggs arc method. Students, coming to next one method is peptidation method. In this peptidation method is then I will say one simple idea. Suppose you just take the one precipitate. Precipitate means insoluble solid present in a solution only. The particles are never moves. You know where the particles are never moves only. If we add any electrolyte, what happens there? The electrolyte will enter into the precipitate solution, and when the electrolyte enter, what the electrolyte contains charge is there, the positive charge, negative charge is there, no? So what happens there? These particles are surrounded. These particles are surrounded only. When now the particles are surrounded, this precipitate gets charged only. The precipitate gets charged. Look at this one is one test tube. I am taking this test tube and I take the precipitate. Here precipitate is there. You could say precipitate is settled at the bottom only. When I add the AlCl3 electrolyte will add. What happens is that this electrolyte will enter and makes some of these suspended particles they will occupy around the aluminum. Some amount of suspended particles are here, colloidal particles, here materials are they are surrounding around the chlorine only. So what happens because of the charge on this, both aluminum charge is there, both Al plus they will repulse. Because the repulsion, what happens there, slowly the particles they will start rising up, they make a colloidal solutions. It will make a very clear idea. Yes, go for this one here. Just look at here, very very important. Peptidation is a method for breakdown of the freshly prepared precipitate into the particles of colloidals only. Freshly prepared the colloidal solution is then when I add some electrolyte, they will become like a here the freshly prepared method. General freshly prepared method is then this is done by adding up the suitable electrolyte only. Okay, this method is we are doing the adding a suitable electrolyte. Precipitation is converted into colloidal solution by adding suitable electrolyte is called peptidation method. If you want to get clear idea, just look at here. In this laboratory, we are going this one is ferric chloride. When go hydroxide, ferric hydroxide. Ferric hydroxide nothing but a brown color like a colloidal solution forms. This brown color precipitate forms. This brown color precipitate forms is there no. This brown color precipitate is stabilized by the adding of the electrolyte only. The brown color colloidal solution is obtained by adding of the ferric chloride ions. If we add ferric chloride for the ferric hydroxide solution, is there what happens there? They make colloidal solutions. Solution into freshly prepared ferric hydroxide only. This happened due to the absorption adding of the ferric ion on the surface of the precipitate. Accumulation of the positive charge of ferric ion on the surface causes repulsions of the between the themselves. You can understand is there no? Suppose I will say here one is there, here one is there. It's a precipitate only. Doesn't have any charge. Look at these lines of precipitate only. When I add electrolyte, what happens? This is positive charge. This is also positive charge. What happens? They both will repulse only. That's the peptidation method only. That is nothing but a peptidation method only. So by the using of these three methods, we can prepare the colloidal solutions only. One point I want to say very clearly is then by adding of electrolyte, colloidal solution, lithophobic colloidal solution becomes stabilizes. Lithophobic colloidal solution can be stabilizes only. Next one is purification of colloidal solutions only. Do you know what itself giving idea about purification? What is my purification? Do you know very well? One point I want to say very clearly, when I am preparing the colloidal solution, I add the electrolyte. Clear? While the preparation of the colloidal solution, I added the electrolyte is then this electrolyte along with X amount of electrolyte I will add. X amount of electrolyte along with some impurities also there. That impurities I can be removed by using of this method, dialysis method, electrodialysis method, ultrafiltration method, ultracentrifugation method only. Do you know dialysis method means kidneys is if kidneys are not work, the blood can be purified by using of this method only. Very very important students. I am saying once again clear. Very well here. Suppose I will say one point is there to stabilize the lithophobic colloidal solution, they will add electrolyte. When the electrolyte X amount is there, it causes precipitation. Clear? Whenever electrolyte X amount is there, it causes precipitate. To prevent that one, whatever the X amount of electrolyte impurities are there, we can be removed by using of this method. That's called electrodialysis method. Okay. Next, ultrafiltration method, ultracentrifugation method only. Let's come into the idea is then here. First point is a freshly prepared colloidal solution usually containing of the impurities of the electrolyte. Clear? Freshly prepared colloidal solution contain impurities only. This presence of this electrolyte in smaller concentration stabilizes the colloidal solutions only. But the large concentration of the can destabilize colloidal solution. Large concentration. Clear is there no? So suppose just imagine here also one small idea. If you take the milk to prevent the spoiling of milk, they will add small amount of the baking soda. If you add X amount of baking soda, the milk becomes spoiled. That's method only. Therefore, it is necessary to purify the colloidal solution by removing of the impurities of the electrolyte present in them. So what happens there? X amount of colloidal solutions are there, X amount of electrolyte is there, no? That electrolyte you must be removed. Following methods are generally used for the purification of colloidal solutions only. Following methods are used general purification of the colloidal solutions only. First one is dialysis method. In this dialysis method is very important method. We have already seen that animal membrane is a general animal membrane. They take the pig bladder. They'll take and membrane allows the generally what is the animal membrane? It's called as a semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membrane means it allows only one kind of particles. What kind of particles are there? It allows only electrolyte, not the colloidal particles. Okay, the membrane allows the passage of the crystalloid and the impurities on the but retain the colloidal solutions only. Clear? These properties of animal membrane is utilized for the purification of salts only. The process involving of the called is called dialysis. It may be defined as following is there. The process of separation of the impurities particles from the true solution from an impurities by the following diffusion method. It follows diffusion method only. Definitions you will get idea. Just imagine this is one beaker. In this beaker I will take the animal membrane. Okay, I have taken animal membrane. In this animal membrane I place the water. This is the pure water. And what happens here? Look at the water is entering from the here position and leaving from the here only. Clear? Always water is continuously flowing on, flow water only. Then look at here, this is the colloidal particle, this is crystallite, impurities are there. What happens? These crystallite particles, they will pass through the cell membrane, they will come into the solutions only. Clear? By the diffusion process only. You know what osmosis process discussed is there, no? What happens there? Particles move from high concentration to low concentration. What happens there? This allows semi-permeable membrane means this a membrane which allows only crystallite will be passed through the solutions only. Whatever the crystallites are there, they will come from the solution, and what happens? They leave the only pure components are there. Look at here. After dialysis, what happens there? Most of the crystallites they will become outside of the membrane only. So by this method, if any person is facing the problem with the kidneys problem is there, they'll do this method only. So next one is electrodialysis only. What is electrodialysis means? No, look at here that this process is slow process. Here electrolyte content may be charged also is there. This process is slow process. I want to make that process very fast. So I using of this method is called as electrodialysis method. Dialysis is slow process. However, it can be expedited by generally make some faster by the applying electric field only. Under influence of electric field, impurities ions move faster. Impurities ions move faster, and the charger particle electrolytes are generally they will take some electrodes also. I'll give the example. You'll get it clear only. Look at here. General electrodialysis method. Generally, this is called animal membrane, is a cell membrane, is a parasite membrane. Okay, no? They'll use here. In this, they will take the colloidal solution and electrolyte also, crystallite also. Crystallites are impurities only. What happens when you place here? The crystallites are slowly come out of the solution. They make inside the colloidal solution only. This process, slow process. This crystallite contains charge. If I take the anode positive charge electrode, cathode negative charge electrode, when I apply the electric charge, what happens? The colloidal particles doesn't have any charge. Whatever the electrolyte is there, crystallites are there, they move very fastly. They will attract towards the positive negative electrode. They will move very fastly, and they will become as a outside. So by this method, we can also purify the colloidal solutions only. Because the artificial kidney machine is there. This artificial kidney machine, they will place here and they will take the blood and they will purify here only. By this electrodialysis method. Clear? By this electrodialysis method, they will be purified only. Okay? Next one is ultrafiltration method. In this ultrafiltration method is there, ultrafiltration method. Generally, you look at here, this is one method. One solution is there. Here a filter paper is there. Here ultrafilter paper has the properties. It cannot, look at it, I'm just taking look at this ultrafilter paper. Just imagine this ultrafilter paper only. This is made up of this is made up of the cellulose nitrate. Okay, cellulose nitrate and mixed with ethyl alcohol and ether. Ethyl alcohol and ether only. These has one properties. It's not allowed only any colloidal particles. It will allows the only passes of the crystallite and impurities are there. Impurities only they can pass through sun only. How the cell ultrafilter paper they will prepare means first they will take cellulose nitrate and alcohol, ethyl alcohol and ether, and generally they will take the filter paper. They will made up of this one is later what happens, this filter paper is soaked in the colloidal solution only, and they will dry up. After dry up, what happens, this will have some properties is there, no? The porous size is the size of this porous size will not allow the colloidal particles only. Okay, ultrafiltration is a process of high pressure is applied. Look at when you apply the pressure, what happens, the only crystalline particles they will move from this paper. Clear? Filtration method only. Here apply the vacuum also they can apply. What happens, when apply high pressure, what happens, the only crystalline particles will come, colloidal particles are remaining in the solutions only. Filter the what is the filtration through a semi-permeable membrane. I said very clearly, semi-permeable membrane means it will allow only one kind of particles pass through the solutions only. It will allow only one kind of particles are pass through this one, I said. Membrane in which colloidal particles are retained. Okay, here colloidal particles are retained, only crystalline particles will move. The small size solute and the solvent are forced to move across the membrane. The applying force on the particles are they will be move across the membrane only. Okay, generally hydrostatic pressure is force. Generally hydrostatic pressure they will be applied. This one kidney, just look at the application ultrafiltration is the ultrafiltration is a vital pressure is applied. Just consider kidneys are there, kidneys are there, will take the blood, they will apply high pressure. When they apply high pressure, what happens, the impurities will be generally they will leave from the impurities will come outside, the blood will be inside the solution only. Next one, some process is the process is very slow. Ultrafiltration process is very slow. However, it can be expedite generally proceed by the applying of pressure on salt side by using of the stumping pump. Already discussing by applying high pressure, this process can be speed up only by using of series of the grades ultrafiltrates. Impurities of the different size can be easily removed only. I said very clear, no? This is especially for the different size particles, you can be removed by using of this method only. Using this method only. Okay, students, let's have the properties of colloidal solutions only. Very, very important properties of the colloidal solutions only. Look at the physical properties of colloidal solutions are there, no? First one is the heterogeneous. You know, very colloidals are heterogeneous substances. Okay, generally colloidal solutions consist of the two phases are there, dispersion phase and dispersion medium will be there. Visibility of dispersion particles on. Generally here the colloidal particles we cannot see with the naked eyes only. By using a special instruments you can see the colloidal particles only. Filtration. The colloidal particles are passed through the ordinary filter paper. If you use some animal membranes are there, no? General membranes are used, for animal membrane or cellophane membrane, ultrafilter paper. When you use this material, you can separate the colloidal solutions only. Stability. Generally, lyophilic salts are very stable only. No need to add any other material to make stabilize them. Lyophobic salts, you have to add electrolyte to make stabilize only. Color. Generally, color of the colloidal solution depend upon the size of the colloidal particles only. Very, very important, size of the colloidal particles only. Size of the particles observe different wavelength only. So different size will be there, different color will be given by the colloidal particles only. Okay. Generally remember here the one point I will say the first important Tyndall effect only. Optical properties of colloidal solution, Tyndall effect. Also one point is if you take one solution in the water, we pass the light water when the light particles are move like without any deviation. We cannot see any particles when he left here. Suppose if I same light when I pass the colloidal solution, what the scattering of light will be takes place. Why scattering of light is takes place means like very light particles have they will travel have wavelength will be there. When the particles here the inside the solid particle size is very, very small, it cannot scatter. If the solid particle is large, it will be scattered and you can see different colors will come. When an intense generally intense light beam of light is passed through a solution, colloidal solution, kept in dark room only. You can see the path, you can see the where light is moving also, you can see very clearly only. This phenomenon is called Tyndall effect, and this illustration path is known as Tyndall cone only. If you want a Tyndall effect means if you are moving in the cinema theater, we can see dust particles are moving, scattering takes place on here is Tyndall effect only. The Tyndall effect is due to the scattering of light by the colloidal particles. Colloidal particles will scatter, that creates Tyndall effect only. Tyndall effect is not exhibited by the true solution. This is because of the particle present in the true solutions are very small size only. True solutions are very small size, they cannot create any Tyndall effect. Colloidal solutions large size, they can create the Tyndall effect only. If you want any confusion regarding Tyndall effect, means I will say one point is there. Take small amount of water, milk you take, you will add some X amount of water. When you take the torch light, the back switch on the light and just notice here what happens, you can see the scattering of light will be seen and some blue color and intense colors appear. Because of the Tyndall effect can be used to distinguish colloidal solution from the true solutions only. By using the Tyndall effect, you can easily identify the true solution or colloidal solution only. The phenomena has also been used to devise an instrument. Generally, this device they will use here. What happens whenever light is scattered, different colors will come. These different colors and particle size we can be using of this device only. Instrument known as the ultra microscope. This is called ultra microscope only. The instrument used for the detection of the particles in the colloidal only. Detection of particles they will be used only. Also one point very clearly, colloidal solution will scatter light only. Next one is here the Brownian movement only. General Brownian movement. What is the Brownian movement mean? The scientist Robert Brown observed here the colloidal particles are continuously moving only. That's called Brownian movement only. Why that Brownian movement happen means, remember here just imagine if you take this one particles are there, no? This particles surrounding particles are there. Suppose here look at this is particles surrounding us, positive particles are there. Positive repulse, because repulse what happens, these particles move from here to here. Here also again positive particles are, they will be again repulsion, they will move from here. So what happens is the continuous zigzag motion will be there. It's called as a Brownian movement only. The continuous zigzag movement of colloidal particles in the dispersion medium in a colloidal solution is called as Brownian movement only. The zigzag motion of the colloidal particle in the solution is Brownian movement only. Brownian movement is due to the unequal bombardment of the momentum of molecules only. Okay, unequal. What happens there, the particles they will always collide each other only because different charge is there. So Brownian movement is due to the unequal bombardment of moving molecules of dispersion medium and colloidal particles only. On colloidal particles, the Brownian momentum decreases with an increase in the size of particles only. The particle size increases, what happens there, the charge repulsion cannot make move these particles. So this particle cannot be move only. Okay, this is regarding the properties of the colloidal solution only. Next part we will discuss later. Thank you.